If you look at the Middle East today, Washington and Tehran look like ancient, inevitable enemies. They fight proxy wars across the region, trade threats over nuclear enrichment, and seem locked in a standoff that defines modern global politics. In the 1970s, the relationship looked entirely different. Iran served as America's most valued partner in the Middle East. To build up this alliance, Washington opened its arsenal. Iran purchased billions of dollars worth of ultra-sophisticated American military technology, including the latest fighter jets straight off the production lines. The man making these purchases was Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. Heavily armed and heavily backed by the White House, the Shah acted as America's designated policeman in the Persian Gulf, securing a vital geopolitical region during the Cold War. There was a massive disconnect between how this relationship looked in Washington and how it felt on the streets of Tehran. American leaders saw an unbreakable alliance. The Iranian public saw an imperial power pulling the strings of an illegitimate puppet. To understand today's bitter rivalry, we have to look past the modern rhetoric of religious hatred. The toxicity between these two nations actually traces back to an original geopolitical sin, one that poisoned their alliance from the inside out. That sin occurred in 1953. At the time, Iran was led by Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, a popular leader who operated within a democratic framework. Mossadegh made a pivotal calculation. He completely nationalized Iran's oil reserves. For decades, a British corporate monopoly had extracted this wealth, and Mossadegh legally reclaimed the industry for the Iranian state. The retaliation from the West was immediate and covert. The CIA and Britain's MI6 coordinated a clandestine operation to dismantle Mossadegh's government. The coup succeeded. The democratic apparatus dissolved, and the Shah was reinstalled as an absolute monarch. The United States deliberately sacrificed Iranian democracy to protect an international oil cartel. For the Iranian public, this intervention created a deep national trauma that they would never forget. For the next 25 years, Iranian society operated like a political pressure cooker. The Shah consolidated his power by establishing Savak, a brutal secret police force created with the support of Western intelligence. That pressure finally broke in 1979. Millions of citizens across all sectors of Iranian society poured into the streets, leading to a revolution that successfully overthrew the Shah. In the resulting power vacuum, Ayatollah Khomeini seized control. He refashioned the broad-based uprising into a strict theocracy, anchoring the state to an anti-American agenda. The final breaking point came months later, when U.S. President Jimmy Carter allowed the exiled Shah into the United States for medical treatment. Inside Iran, the reaction was sheer panic. Terrified the CIA was planning another 1953-style coup, radicalized students stormed the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. The 444-day hostage crisis acted as a paranoid response to the 1953 coup. The students climbing those walls were chasing ghosts of a previous overthrow. After 1979, the relationship hardened into a bitter stalemate. The United States heavily sanctioned Iran, labeling it as state sponsor of terrorism, while the new Iranian government defined its entire identity by opposing the American Great Satan. In the late 1990s, the dynamic shifted. Iran elected a reformist president, Mohammad Khatami, who initiated a diplomatic outreach program aimed directly at the West. Khatami pushed for a dialogue between civilizations. This diplomatic opening led to secret geopolitical cooperation between Washington and Tehran to topple the Taliban in Afghanistan following the September 11th attacks. That diplomatic momentum collapsed in 2002. U.S. President George W. Bush delivered his State of the Union address, lumping Iran together with North Korea and Iraq into an axis of evil, without any prior warning. Inside Iran, the fallout was devastating. The speech instantly destroyed the credibility of the reformists, who had risked reaching out, and immediately handed power straight back to the anti-American hardliners. The rivalry between the United States and Iran operates as a tragic, self-perpetuating loop. Until both nations reckon with the legacy of the 1953 coup and the reactionary blowback of 1979, the standoff between them will remain unbreakable.